Welcome back to another week's edition of Go Gaddis Real Estate Radio right here on AM 920. In this first segment, we have our Metro Atlanta residential real estate update for the last 7 days. In our Something You Should Know About Atlanta segment, The Stitch Atlanta. Real estate musical chairs. Do you grab your next seat before the music stops, or do you wait until your current one is taken? Welcome again to Go Gaddis Real Estate Radio. I'm Cleve Gaddis. Cleve is short for Cleveland. I was named after my grandfather, Grover Cleveland. On this show, our mission is simple, is to help you go from real estate novice to expert so home buying and selling can be done with total confidence and without all the fear and the confusion and the second guessing that often comes with life's biggest investments. And it's not really just about real estate. It's about helping you make the smarter decisions for your family, for yourself, for your future. If you've got a question or you have a comment or even a challenge, we want to hear from you. Go to GoGaddisRadio.com, GoGaddis Radio.com. While you're there, you can push back or challenge things we say. You can share ideas with us. You can check out our neighborhood spotlight, or you can subscribe to our podcast or to our YouTube channel so you'll never miss an episode. Let's take a look at what's happened in the area over the last 7 days. Let me get to the market update. I normally have that open, so I am ready to show you, but I didn't this time. The last 7 days, we had 2,378 homes listed. We had 991 homes go under contract, 1,427 homes closed for the week, and we had 2,632 homes with a price decrease. I have people ask me all the time, what do you think of the market? Is now a good time to sell? Is now a good time to buy? Well, what I think about the market depends on what it is that you want to do. What goals do you have that involve the real estate market? If you are looking to sell, then now's a good time to sell. If you're looking to buy, then now's a great time to buy. And the only reason I say great time to buy and good time to sell is because the condition of a home or a condo or a townhome on the market today, the condition, the aesthetics have a lot to do with driving the value of that home. So if you're a home seller, your home is in average or better than average condition, probably be in good shape. If your home is in worse than average, meaning just compare it to all the other homes a buyer would see in the area and see if it shows up as better than or worse than. And if it shows up as worse than the others, you probably will have a problem selling your home in today's market, certainly selling it for a price that would make you feel like you got the deal of a century. But it doesn't mean that you can't change the condition of your property. And pay attention in just a few minutes. I'm going to talk to you about a program called The Upside that can help you get the upside even if your home is not in the ideal condition. It's also a good time to buy because there's just simply more inventory. I mentioned on last week's show that at one point in time during the pandemic, we had 14 days, and I think it might have even been 12 or 11 days worth of inventory, meaning every single listing in Metro Atlanta would have been sold and under contract in 11 or 12 days. Can you imagine? Today, it would take 4.5, almost 5 months to sell every listing listed in North America, in Atlanta. And it's not that there is 10 times more listings. It's not. There's probably twice as many listings, and the buyers have not increased. The number of buyers in the market have not increased to meet the available inventory. So if you want to learn about whether or not it's a good time to sell or a good time to buy, and you want to talk to me or any member of the Modern Traditions Realty Group team, that's the name of the real estate team that I own with my business partner, Christy Valley. She and I both have a long family tradition in real estate. That's why we call it Modern Traditions. It's the traditions of all the things that we were taught in the past by our parents applied in a very, very modern way in a modern world. And you can reach us by going to GoGaddisRadio.com or by calling 770-497-0000. Here's something you should know about Metro Atlanta. Now, when we say the stitch, we're not talking about sewing patches on your jeans. This one's stitching Atlanta back together one freeway at a time. Again, it's not about sewing. When you first hear the name The Stitch, again, sewing pops first of mind, or maybe a tailor shop. But this project is about stitching Atlanta back together Stitch is one of the most ambitious urban renewal projects happening in downtown Atlanta. Imagine taking the downtown connector, that huge stretch of I-75 and 85 that splits the city, midtown to downtown, and covering a section of it with a massive platform. On top of that, 17 acres of parks, plazas, bike paths, trees, and new community space right in the heart of downtown. The idea is literally to reconnect neighborhoods that were divided decades ago when the freeway went in, areas like the old Fourth Ward and Bedford Pine. This is about healing some of those divides, bringing green space back downtown and creating affordable housing and public gathering spots where there's now just concrete and traffic. The project's gotten national attention and even scored $157 million in federal grant money to get things moving. Construction on the first phase, called the Heart of the Stitch, could start around 2026. That phase includes park space, an interactive fountain, plazas, gardens, and areas for events and recreation. Now, sure, this is a pricey project. Estimates run north of $700 million, but supporters say it's an investment in reconnecting communities, boosting property values, and giving downtown some much-needed life and green space. The Stitch remains a major transformative project for downtown Atlanta. It's taken significant official steps, planning and tax district creation and design, but the recent blow to federal funding with the government shutdown can complicate things. It's still moving ahead, but how fast and how big may shift. Phase 1 and beyond will need state support, private investment, or redevelopment mechanisms. The bottom line is the Stitch isn't about sewing it all. It's about mending the city's fabric, one freeway at a time. And if it all comes together, it could be one of the biggest game changers for Atlanta's downtown in decades. To learn more about this project, go to The Stitch Atlanta, TheStitchatl, thestitchatl.com, and you can learn more. You can learn all about it. This segment of the show is brought to you by the law firm of O'Kelly and Sorahan. O'Kelly and Sorahan is a full-service law firm with 30 offices throughout Metro Atlanta. They specialize in residential real estate closings, including home purchases, refinance closings, corporate relocation, and real estate contract review and title insurance matters. They can be reached by calling 770-497-1880. One more time, 770-497-1880. If you own a home here in Metro Atlanta and you're thinking about selling it sometime in the next 12 months, and you're thinking, yeah, I want to list it next June, well, it's not too early to start talking about what you need to do to get ready. And when you sell a house in today's market, it's not like it was 30 years ago. 30 years ago, you could put your house in the listing service or sell it on your own, for sale by owner. Those were your options. Today, you could sell it for all cash and close in as quickly as 30 days. Modern Traditions Realty Group, we can help you with that. You can list your home as is, where is, sell it with all faults in its current situation. You can totally do that. You might want to make some improvements to the home so you fetch the highest price you possibly can. You might want to invest $5,000 if you could sell your house for $15,000 or $20,000 or $25,000 more. That's called our Rehab and Refresh program, and we can help you with that. And some people say, I just got to buy my new house. I got to know where I'm going before I can turn loose of my existing one. There's a lot of people who are in that spot today. They would buy a home tomorrow if they knew what they were going to buy and where they were going to buy it. So we want to make sure that you understand that the upside for you can be one of those, could be a combination of a couple of those. And if you sell your home and you think the only way to do it is the old traditional way, you're probably going to miss the upside for you, and you're going to wind up doing something that might have been the right thing for your neighbor to do, but it's not the right thing for you to do based on your very specific situation. People say, I wouldn't take a cash offer at a lower price, but what if you had to be in Denver for your new job 2 weeks from now? Maybe you had to take a small haircut on the price of your home, but you could get it sold and closed and move on. So if you want to make sure you get the upside for you and your family, go to GoGaddisRadio.com. Click on the upside, put in just a little bit of information. We will reach out to you, set an appointment, and I will review your situation with you myself. And it will be my pleasure. There's no cost, there's no obligation, and there's no expectation that you will actually list and sell your home with us unless you like what you hear and you like dealing with us. And if that's the case, we'd love for you to consider using us. I want you to picture this for just a second. Your dream home pops up just down the road, but that current house you're living in isn't sold yet. What do? That's the dilemma for one of our listeners. They're wrestling with it today. Virginia in Johns Creek says, is it better to buy first and sell, or sell first if I'm moving locally? My opinion, and it's easy for me to say, is that you should sell first. Now, it could be that you have to buy first, but selling first gets the ball rolling. Sometimes I say, hey, you're going to get in the pool, you just need to get in. People say, well, I don't know if I want to do what I need to do in order to sell my house. Well, nobody can make you do anything even after you list your home. So you list your home, you see whether or not there's enough interest. And if you do get enough interest, then you try to strategically time the closing so that you have time to do what you need to do. Now, having said that, we have a program called Buy Before You Sell, where we have partners that can help you get the funding to buy your current home before you sell your existing home. And we're totally happy to connect you on that as well, if that's something you're interested in. So to answer Virginia again, it's better to sell first and then buy. Today's market, the odds are you will find what you need from a purchase standpoint, unless that just freezes you and you cannot even stomach putting your house on the market. Then you should buy first and then ultimately sell. If you have the money to make all that work out, great. If not, we have our Buy Before You Sell program. You can learn more about it by calling 770-497-0000. Got a question for you. Can a COA, Condominium Owners Association, become an HOA? And what's the difference? We've got that and more. Stick with us. We'll be back.